Hello. I think we're about as socially prepared for this as we ever were going to be, which is to say, we're not. Hi, I'm Andy. Welcome to Trick Roll Season 4, Episode 2. Before we get to introducing everyone else, Jesse couldn't make it today, so we will do something with Gilith to further the story. Speaking of the story, in a distant future, a horrible battle has taken place with one sole survivor, Sindine names. I remember them. It hasn't been 2 weeks. I totally remember who you are.
Number
Sindine
one.
using a desperate last wish to go back into time, track down his good friends who have never met him before, and explain to them that one of them let loose a terrible monster that will take over the world.
I don't know who that is.
As Vivi totally denied the fact that he let the monster loose. But there was a in tracking down the monster, who they believe to be the archmage in charge of the Wizards College, who may or may not have just unleashed a cataclysm to wipe out all the other nobles in the city. Our party of adventurers is in the secret lab of the dean of the college, having taken out a couple of altered guards. They now are in this secure area with all of the dean's libraries and I guess you would want say the usual things that a wizard would collect for study purposes. And that's where we will pick up. I will let you all introduce yourselves and what it is you're doing while you putter around in this room.
I am looking for any notes that it has about its own existence or how to create things
Well,
like it.
could
That
you
way
also introduce who
I can
you
try and
are and your
destroy it.
character for our audience here?
Oh no! People should know me by now.
Yes, but
Hi, I'm Kyle.
Abstract brought a
and-
whole new audience of people that actually watch us. So that's
Wait, watch us.
Oh God, I'm actually going to get
that's
stage
right.
fright now.
We have people in chat.
All right,
Our guest is
I
popular. He brought people with him.
Yes,
Damn
yes,
you.
All right. I am Kyle. I go by Flint Ewood 756, and I am playing the Soul Blade rogue of Joseph Lucerno, who unfortunately was let's just say encouraged to leave this Mage's Academy when he was a much younger man by force.
Ask kindly by the end of the spear.
Well, not by the end of the spear, because they didn't really have that at this time, at the time that I was going, but yeah.
How old are you that you predate the spear? That was like the first thing any humanoid ever developed.
Yep, you tied a rock
The
to a
sharp
stick and you
stick.
stab. Yeah.
I am older than weaponry. Freaking Vandal Savage over here.
Let's move on to the next person. Now I need to figure out how to incorporate that into my character's backstory.
No. Archus, please introduce your character and let's get this back on track.
Are you sure you want me to go next?
Well, I want to save Abstract for last because, he's more memorable at this point.
And actually good at what he does. Hey, I'm Archers. Today I am playing a man who's just basically looking through every different cranny because he believes he sees all. The insanely multi-classed cleric, rogue, ranger, Vivi.
And Abstract, who are you bringing to the table today?
Well, that's a good question with Sindine, right? Being a changeling. And I think right now, as he's, quickly trying to search through this room, his face and features are just in flux, right? It's going between this half-elven noble woman who's very attractive, through to this big, muscular, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, armored guard, and then to the really bland gray face of Sindine's actual form, and just kind of fluctuating between the three as Sindine, the genie, Pact of the Talisman warlock, is just, like I said, rifling through this space, hoping to find something to be able to defeat what they know will eventually destroy the world if we don't stop them now.
He's gonna look over his shoulder, just to siphon, just look at Sindine and go, chill. Either we get this done or we die. This is just.
I want what you're smoking right now, because how can you be that chill? I mean, this is technically an entire mess that you created.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm from Barovia. This is a picnic to me.
This isn't like last Tuesday where we were dealing with interdimensional things.
In all fairness, I am an interdimensional thing, so.
Yeah, and I
Lord
think
help
at
us.
this point, Sindine's form kind of coalesces into the big, beefy, human, blonde-haired, blue-eyed guard, full plate mail. And it takes a second because at first all his clothes are the robes he would normally be wearing, and maybe even the dress that Mordris would be wearing. And then he says a word and it all changes, so it looks like he's wearing full plate mail. And he's like, "We need to find something, you idiots. We're all going to die."
It's true.
Oh,
No. We're all mortals here.
Okay. Backing away from the existential crisis that is a mortal existence, turn into its last form that you remember seeing. We'll try to at least psychologically surprise it a little bit. Because I bet with what you do, you're an incredibly good liar, I hope. You are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We need to rifle through this and try to find something on the undead, especially when it comes to liches and separating them from at least their thought and will on stealth, because part of what drives this thing is going to be its will to survive and its will to continue doing what it's doing, because that is what drives all magic, is the will to do something. So
I want you to make an Arcana check just so I will know whether or not you actually know what you're saying. Because for a rogue with very little Arcana training, that is either complete nonsense or very accurate, and I want to know which.
13.
Okay. I'm not telling you which one that is.
It makes sense in his head.
So through what I know about the Blood Lich, if we destroy it, it can just go into the body of anybody that it's touched, correct? That was the...
Yes. And you also found Van Richten's guide in this library, which is why I will say that anybody with D&D Beyond access, which I know Kyle should have, you can actually look it up. These things are whatever form creates this living blood monster. It is quite technically immortal. Any attempts to destroy it, it will only reform from another source of blood it has touched in the past. Containment is the only thing known to stop them.
So I get up real close to both of these two and grab them by their shoulder and say, "I've got an idea." And it's up to you guys if you willfully come, but I pull you into my vessel, my genie's vessel.
Bad touch.
Surprisingly much bigger on the inside.
So you both willingly go into the vessel?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, tell them what the inside of your vessel looks like. As you all hear around you, you don't feel it, but you you feel a little bit when the ring hits the floor. Doesn't jostle you much, but you kind of hear the sound of the ring hitting the floor as you are all now inside.
So the moment the three of us are inside, there's a bunch of clangs and booms as you guys realize this is a pack rat's horde, right? There's all kinds of stuff you can imagine, both useful and probably not. There's rope, there's torches, there's a tent, there's bedding and blankets and a ton of different clothing hung up on hooks. There's a bookshelf full of all kinds of scrolls and scraps. You guys notice a bunch of Modron parts that look somewhat familiar. There's bits of armor. There's this huge tower shield that's in broken bits that you might find familiar.
Which was once a table, but now it was like a jigsaw puzzle.
It's just full of stuff, and there's
My
one
right leg.
no time to explain right now. And I kind of turned back to my normal self. And one thing you guys notice as well, there are these arcane sigils, or at least that's what it looks like, inscribed everywhere. Every wall, ceiling, floor. There are the same sigil repeated over and over and over and over and over again.
No, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
And there's one comfy chair that I'm sitting on, and that's all the real room there is in here. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I haven't had guests. But in here, if we spend 10 minutes, I regain everything back. I'm back to full. So hopefully they give us at least 10 minutes before something happens. But I guess I need to explain further. I wish to be able to stop this timeline. I used the last wish that I had of my patron in order to stop this. And this vessel, I think, can do it.
If you want to stop this timeline, why don't you go back and stop whoever unleashed the Blood Lich?
Well,
I just
I'm pretty sure
stare
it's,
at Arshit. I just stare at Vivi.
I'm pretty sure it's because of the wild magic surge that went through the whole world. I can't go past that.
Ah, that makes sense. And Vivi's looking through the scrolls and tomes you have.
Yeah, like I said, most of it's useless. It's just writings and books, and most of the useful stuff I either took with me or was taken from me when I went back in time. Like it took half of my power as well. But I believe if we can get me close enough to this thing with it weakened, I can pull it in here. And provided the ring's never destroyed, that'll take care of it. But it'll be up to you two to protect the ring afterwards.
Vivi looks at I can't remember. I forget the name. Sindine. Like his crimson eyes just peering at you. Really, it's our job to be responsible for something.
I don't like the idea much either. But just take the ring and bury it somewhere. I mean, don't keep it with you.
Vivi's sighs just goes back to the books, and he's peering at this one particular book, curious.
I guess Sindine's trying to read through Van Richten's guide to see if it can give me any more insight into.
Yeah, let me pull up my copy right quick. And
Is a Necro Ichor is a being of living blood formed from the ichor of evil gods, or the sludge in the crypts of failed liches. Oh God. Despite the loss of a solid physical form, these foul creatures retain their terrible intellects and aspire to megalomaniacal goals. Yep. So says here, Necroikers prove exceptionally difficult to destroy since they leave a trace of their essence within the veins of every creature they've controlled and can regenerate themselves from those creatures' blood. As ages pass through, the knowledge of what these prisons can contain. They're viscous horrors and magically warded prisons as well. And every imprisoned Necroikor understands that his captivity might be lengthy, but time is of little consequence to the ageless. Necroikors that escape their imprisonment have this. That is I just keep staring at Vivi.
So I think for a second, Sindine's face changes to this old, very Norse Viking looking, and he says, "Vigo, time is but a door, death is but a window. I'll be back." Then he kind of turns back. You are the buzzing of flies to him.
Next time somebody says that you're a god,
Say
you tell
yes.
them yes. Yes. But okay, so Vivi and I are both really able to be used as a vessel by this thing because of the fact that I have been completely turned inside out essentially by it, and Vivi has been attacked by it as well. Yeah.
Nope. Vivi has not touched it or been attacked by it.
So yeah, if we destroy its current vessel, it could just go into one of you two.
Nope. Vivi
Actually, you did in the time between one of the fights. It did actually do something to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't see this. That's what didn't happen because I see you all.
You were slightly dead at the time.
Still, I didn't see it. It didn't happen. Even dead, I see you all.
So
I like to believe that Vivi really has this confidence in his ability. Like he's got ostrich syndrome, but it's built on the fact that he can perceive almost everything.
So when I saw this thing in the future, was it still in this vessel that it's in currently?
No, the vessel is still a mortal thing, and it couldn't, by the time you faced it at the end, it was basically like a river it was like water elemental made of blood, and that it just did whatever it wanted, and it just sucked all the fluids out of a person.
Okay.
So it will grow beyond its need for a vessel.
Yeah.
How long can you stay inside? I think it's hours per your.
Yeah, it's hours, but with my sanctuary vessel, if we're in here for 10 minutes, it counts as a short rest.
Yes. I know you were going to take the short rest. I just want to know how long you were going to stay or how long you could stay. Because you can also hear what's happening outside your room.
Outside of it. Yeah. And we were in its like lab, right? Were we in the secret lab or were we still in the main room?
I think you were mostly in the mage's study, which just happened to have a secret compartment in there.
Okay.
But I think from what you were describing, you're looking through things, and Gileth going over to a blinking rune. Hey, what's this? Zoom. And it's gone. Forgot to bring that up. You do suspect that from reading the notes around the ruin, you do think that Gileth will return in a couple of days. He may have a fantastic adventure in another world, but he'll be back. But you were probably in the main study.
Okay. So we spend at least 10 minutes in here. I guess if something happens in that time, we'll see. But
okay, I'll let you know once you get a little bit closer to time.
Okay.
So if y'all want to have a little bit more of your conversation, or if you want to let time move forward, let me know.
Oh, Vivi's currently sitting down reading a book.
trying to think of how we can actually destroy its will to survive, but short of it having a discussion with Vivi, I don't think that can actually happen. And even then, I figure in your timeline, it probably did, and it just destroyed him about 20 minutes into it.
Wow, that's a miracle. I actually, this is my brain. Never mind.
So a little bit along the lines of the 6 or 7 minute mark of your rest, you do hear footsteps coming into the room. These are the heavy steps of guards, and you can hear them having some conversation about. They said this is where the assassins were last seen. Check for everything. We have to make sure that the counselor is safe. And there's the sound of people sort of scattering out, looking for things.
Vivi has this
Oh yeah, you can all hear what's happening outside of the ring.
question. You say we were friends in the future.
Yes.
You have my mask.
Yes.
May I have it?
Mm-hmm. And he gets up and he goes to the bookshelf and digs through some things and hands you back your mask.
He puts it back on. Missed you, my friend. And basically, you see it. You put like to put it describing, it's basically a pure white mask with two slits where the eyes are, and a big gaping black grin.
Completely legally distinct from any shows you might be picturing in your head right now.
Yeah, 100%.
This is not taken from a show of a dark color and ammunition from a weapon.
I'm looking around and I go, what would happen if it actually got into a battle of wills between the personality that it subsumes by draining its blood and itself? Normally, I think its magic was just completely destroy the other personality as it drains out to reform.
Joseph,
What?
you're thinking things again. You don't have the intelligence for that. Stop it.
At least I'm coming up with something.
And when you come up with something, usually gets us killed or near death. Actually, no. Once did get us killed.
This thing's will is very strong. I can tell you that.
In
Right,
fact,
so
Vivi probably remembers a little bit of its initial conversation with this thing, where it talks about how it was actually created by a sorcerer who was attempting to gain more power, only to bring his very blood to life. So this thing had its first battle of wills against its actual creator.
Vivi explains this.
I just look at Vivi and I go, so you didn't release it now, huh?
No, I just heard it through word of mouth. You know me, I hear a lot of things and see everything.
So if we hit the 10-minute mark, I gotta spend a bunch of hit die because I got my butt whooped.
Yes, you will definitely hit your 10-minute mark.
Yeah.
In fact, I will say that while everything's sort of been like going around, you hear the sounds of feet moving. There is a moment, the more perceptive of you. So Vivi, and I'm going to say Sedine also, because you're used to this.
Mhm.
You kind of hear the sound, a little bit of fabric rustling, and then the footsteps become just a little bit more muffled. As you hear, there seems to be nothing unusual in here. Okay, the assassins must have been the dead bodies in the hall. Get back to the counselor, make sure that he's safe. And you hear the sound of footsteps running away from you, and then the sound of a single pair of footsteps that just starts walking.
Okay.
Don't like that.
That sounds like as if
Anybody who
just...
needs to use the short rest mechanics, you're free to do so.
All right. I cannot find the freaking hit die on here. Where is the hit die?
I think up next to long rest in the top right hand corner.
So if you regain any hit die during this, you get to add a +4 to each hit die as well. You get to add my proficiency bonus to each hit die.
Oh, VV is undamaged.
Well, aren't you just, happy go lucky?
No, I just pwned people properly.
Some of the muffled sounds that you're hearing outside, there's apparently a small riot going on as you assume that the you can obviously tell you're moving from the way sounds are changing. There seems to be, a riot in place.
Is it a quiet riot?
No, it's a very loud riot. This is a riot. This is the leadership of the city has all been killed and everybody is grabbing power riot.
Did someone predict this riot?
I am ignoring all of the riot jokes. If I go down that trail, we will never actually tell the story.
I am back to full hit points. Okay. So yeah, just looking around. Yeah, there's gotta be something that can imprison intellect, at least. Something it's necromantic.
Imprison part we got. We just need to weaken the vessel that it's in, and I can pull it into here, and it's strapped. But then it's up to you two to make sure the ring doesn't get destroyed. And it's
I just
it's
I
a
just
little
look
frail.
around the room. I just look around the room and I go, "Are you sure you want to trap it in here with all of this?"
Maybe we should give it OCD. Therefore, it'll go mad when it comes in here.
No, I'm not sure I want to trap it in here, but I can't. We got one shot at this, and the thing is, I have to pull it in here, which means, yeah, if it ever
Well-
gets back out, it'll be me.
If anyone ever finds a way to create pocket dimensions, this would make it so much easier.
VV pulls out. Learn how to create pocket dimensions.
Wait, does anybody have a bag of holding?
No.
You several adventures ago, you did come in contact with a bag of holding, but no one ever has claimed to have taken it. So
Yeah.
VV did not. That was Fang now.
But I'm just thinking,
I mean,
There's gotta-
imprisonment does sort of in the book doesn't say how they're imprisoned. It's just, anything that can hold it. Technically speaking, if you put it into a glass bottle and put the stopper on really hard, you might imprison it.
How about a really big syringe?
Again, if you can hold it, it could trap it. The problem is most things need to be magically enchanted to hold it.
Oh god, now I'm just imagining Nurse VV with a giant syringe instead of a scythe.
But after I'm gonna say, let me roll a die to see how long it's gonna take. It's about another 10 minutes of you hearing the sounds of chaos all around. Occasionally you hear the same guard from earlier, the one who's clearly carrying the ring with him. You hear him yelling out commands at people, but eventually he slips in. You hear a door shut, and you hear him say, "I need to speak to Skeeves." "And what is it this time? Don't you know the whole world's falling apart? I got something for Skeeves." Fine. And another moment later, you hear, "And what can we help you with today?" Then pick this up from the dean's study. Figure it must be worth something.
Really?
We ain't a pawn shop. This came from the mage's private study. Surely it's magic. Just tell me what it's worth. All right. It's got some minor enchantments. It's probably some sort of illusionary thing. I give you 10 gold for it just because you went through all the trouble of ignoring a riot to come down here and cash in.
Who wants some fun?
There's some grumbling, some bickering back and forth, but eventually the guard accepts the 10 gold, and you hear those footsteps leave.
Wait, so wait a minute. He picked up my ring and just
And
sold
pawned it to on the black market.
Like VV grins as if who wants some fun.
Is it a history check to know if to see if I know this guy that he was talking to?
It'll be a difficult history check, but yes, it would be history.
A 10. Okay.
You don't know this particular person, but you know a fair amount of the black market. You know where you are, you just don't know the details of it.
May I have a try?
You are not a rogue from this reality, so I'm gonna say no.
Fair enough.
Again, but with your history, you know when you're in a black market shop.
Well, this is fun. Who wants to rob the black market and then go kill some blood fiend? Oh, trap up on fiend.
So Sindine turns back into Arnold Braunschweiger. Sounds good to me. And I use a bonus action to expel you both from my vessel. And then I come out of it as well. And
just out of curiosity, what does it look like when they're coming out of the vessel? In your mind, how's that play out?
I kind of think of I Dream of Jeannie, you know, the like vortex that kind of, and then she went into the lamp.
So there's a swirl of smoke, multicolored smoke, and you all three appear with a very surprised looking dwarf inside of the back room of a shop. Again, for those of you who have done criminal work in the past, is you know about what this looks like. It's a small little side the back room type thing. Like, what the hell?
So I think I grab a hold of the dwarf and I get real close to him. Say, who just sold you that ring?
Is this a sting? I didn't do nothing. All right, I just bought some merchandise. Okay.
I'm guard captain Arnold, you idiot.
It's at this point that Joseph just goes into the full good cop, bad cop mode, and he just puts his hand on Arnold's shoulder and goes, let me handle this. And then he looks to the dwarf and he goes, we represent a certain community that is very much dealing with undead sources that are going to be rising here in about 5 minutes. So if you could just direct us to your nearest amount of weapons that deal with the undead and trapping them into immortal prisons, that would be very good.
Hey, what? Look, I'm a back alley pawn shop. Okay, I don't have. I got some silver earrings. You can throw them really hard. But
Evie is looking around.
This is he's got a couple maybe minor magic things, but this ring that apparently could contain 3 full-grown people was the biggest buy of his entire life, and he's terrified. By the way, you don't need to do any intimidations. His roll is so low, he's scared.
Evie picks up the minor enchanted items for later inspection.
Do what now?
Vivi picks up the minor enchanted items for future inspection.
Most of these are just like jewelry that would have been stolen from nobles. Give me an investigation check real quick.
Okay.
As far as Sedine, your questions, like it was about Officer Richards, Rick Richards.
Okay, did I recognize the voice like from one of the guards we might have seen when we were in the?
You said you've been playing this part for a few weeks around town.
Yes.
Yeah, you know him. He's one of the low ranking officers. He's been at the job just long enough to learn what rules he can abuse.
Okay.
But no motivation to actually enforce any of them.
24 in investigation.
A what?
24.
24. Okay. Yeah, most of this is just sort of like enchanted to sparkle a little bit more. Give me just a moment and I will tell you what something you might have found that was a little bit nicer. I didn't think to pull up any of this stuff. But it, basically in answer to Joseph's question, no, he doesn't have any magical vials of undead containment. All right, you
What
find
good of a black
a
market
blue
dealer are
alchemy
you?
jug. Well, not blue. It's like, it's an alchemy jug. You can make beer, hot tea, honey.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I love alchemy jugs. I'm so happy.
Well, the reason I was reading this one off is because apparently it's a little bit specialized. No, yeah, okay. It does. It just there's a few things it does that the other one doesn't.
Does it make blue WKD?
Do what?
Does it make blue WKD?
I'm gonna post it in chat real quick, and but it basically it'll do everything but acid and poison.
Yeah.
And because I'm
ours is-
Southern, it does sweet tea.
Yeah, ours is as well. WKD, blue WKD isn't sold in the States.
Oh, damn. I didn't
Yeah.
Yeah,
realize that.
that's why I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Let me just post the quick list of what it can make, because it's basically a lot more simple, but that was the most valuable thing you can find without just tearing a shop apart.
Ah,
Okay.
Then he's going to proceed to go to the cash point and steal his coins.
Well, he's got 10 gold on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I'm-
no, wait, the 10 gold went to the other guy.
Like the guy wants to steal and stolen goods. I'm going to steal his goods.
who's the grandmaster here for all the fences?
What does that have to do with the undead thing? I'm really confused. Is this a shakedown? I don't deal in necromancy.
So I grab him again and say, look, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Which one do you want answered first? Rich
The
Richardson
Grandmaster.
was the guard. I don't have any vessels of containment. I don't like Grandmaster of the what?
How
Who's your
far-
guild master?
I don't work for any of the guilds.
Who would
I'm
have
independent.
something worth money, you idiot?
Sorry, to Don. What was that last one?
I said, who would have something that's powerful magic that we
The
could go get now?
mages? Maybe an adventurer.
So
I
I
don't
get
know.
pissed and I just throw him the fuck down.
Yeah.
And I'm just going outside now. Like, all right, we gotta go stop this. Like,
There was his
running
other
out of
worker
time.
who was completely like mystified and everything. Like another guard just walked out.
I just pick up the dwarf, dust him off, and then just like readjust his collar and everything, and then just go. What use are you? Seriously, as a fence. Either aim for bigger and better things, or just give up now.
Let me see. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to go back into pottery.
Become the greatest potter ever.
I will. And
If
I
they-
will make sure that there are always secret compartments in my pottery for smugglers. That's where the real money is.
Good.
That's actually a good idea. Vivi says this as he's basically filling a satchel full of gold coins.
Yeah, you pick up about 18 gold coins out of his purse.
I hand him 40 gold coins to go start his business.
Vivi takes the 40 gold coins.
No, I actually grab Vivi's hand and tell him, no, he's going straight. Leave him alone.
Fine. He has the 18.
Okay, so you give him back 58 gold coins.
No, he doesn't have the. No, he keeps the 8.
Oh,
the
you
18.
keep the 18. You're giving him 40.
Yes.
Thank you, kind sir. Magic ring people. Do you want the magic ring back?
Yes. I
Oh,
grab
yeah.
it.
Okay.
I think Sindine would have grabbed that when he was walking out.
Yeah,
It's kind of
that's a fair
important
point.
to
That's a fair point. Thank you, magic ring people.
At this point, but Vivi turns to him and says, "You better keep up with your word. I don't want my friends friends' graces to go to waste."
I promise I
And-
won't deliberately do anything illegal ever again.
And I take off the mask, and you see that Vivi is using disguise self, and his disguise self, he has no mouth, no nose, no ears. It's just a face of loads of eyes. Will always be watching you. He puts his mask back on.
Make an intimidation check, please.
Do I get advantage?
I mean, I think he's rolling at disadvantage, so you're just rolling normally.
Okay. That is a 10.
Okay. Like, yes, magic ring monster.
Excellent. And he walks out.
Magic ring monster has a nice ring to it. I'm just saying. I like that.
That's what the ladies call me on a Saturday night.
Mac.
So, switching off topic, you all walk back out to the city, which is basically either guards trying to stop looting or people looting because, the other half of the city is on fire.
I just
Nice.
look through the chaos and I'm just like, you know what stops this? A regulated, well-run government.
Don't even go there.
A little late for that, isn't it?
You see a group of kids that are just like running up to a knocked over food cart, grabbing as much as they can and running away.
As I see that, I cast Silent Image and make it look like there's a very small dragon right there. And
To scare them away?
Just to
or
scare them, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just let me see what their reaction is. Because it appeared out of nowhere, they're all like looking around to see where the source of it was. They got very lucky and caught on that.
Okay.
Dragons don't just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I can only make the image. I can't make it move.
Yeah.
So.
But they don't stay long because after all, they've got their food and they're running before someone takes it away from them.
All right.
How I will say, let me roll one more time before we move on. Yeah, the group of guys who ran around the corner, however, see this big dragon standing there. They turn and run the other way.
How far are we from the school now? Like, it couldn't have been very far, right?
No,
Been
it
a long
wasn't
walk.
very far. It was a pretty quick walk to this place, so it's within sight. Like you could be there in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm thinking of stuff, but the only things that I'm thinking of are entrap it or kill it, but after doing a ritual that makes it appear like as if the entire city is just disconnected from life and therefore they're not necromantically able to be infiltrated.
Yeah, I don't think we can pull something off that complicated. Yeah, I'm just charging back towards the school, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming it's going to return there.
I'm just jogging beside you calmly, just thinking, what can we do?
Well, I mean, you do like a guard captain, so but you did also hear them say they were sending guards to protect the counselor.
Oh yeah. So shit. So he's probably still at the. There was that gladiator combat or whatever they're supposed to go on, right? And that's that's what he bombed.
Well, I don't imagine he's hanging out at the the site of the dead people, but
Yeah.
Being looking like a guard captain, you can very quickly just like start asking other guards out where he is. They say, well, he's being protected in the throne room where the counselors would all meet. It was the king's council castle, but the council sort of took it over when the king died.
Well, and were they all there? Are they some of the ones?
No,
that
they're all
perished?
dead. He's
Yeah,
the
that's
last
what I
one
thought.
alive, so they're trying to protect him in the most secure place.
Okay.
I just look I just look to the guard and I go, in the laws, does it state that if the council is dissolved or if the council is murdered, the only remaining council member left can elect themselves king to reestablish government?
He kind of looks at you very confused. I wasn't apprised of any of the rulings. What?
I just look at Sinadine and I go, he's gonna make himself dictator.
Oh yes.
And this is where you're meant by a crunching sound. And you turn around, you see Vivi, his mouth slightly lifted up, and he's eating an apple.
I think you hear Sindan go Ryuk, and then he starts running.
The guard just calls out, "Captain, we're trying to keep the riot." Okay.
I just look at the guard. I just look at the guard and I go, okay, here's the thing. Establish yourselves into groups of 4 with one person carrying a tower shield. Go by street
Sir,
across in a fan line.
Sir, you are not in my chain of command. Get off the street.
I'm a consultant
in fact,
for security
I am
details.
The authorized person here. Get off the street before I have you thrown in chains.
I grab him by the shoulder pauldrons and I go, I am your security consultant. That was
Make
the
a
master
strength
general.
check for me.
If you just standing there crunching.
18.
What?
18.
18. He picks you up by your armor. You listen here, you obnoxious little pipsqueak. I am the law right now, and I have full authorization to kill anyone who is causing trouble. And the only reason you are not causing trouble is because you are with a guard captain. You will never lay hands on me again. Do I make myself clear?
Crunch.
On his breastplate, does it happen to say dread anywhere?
No.
I am the law.
I just look at him very, very stone-faced and go, that was a captain. I was running with him. I'm a security consultant. I was telling you how to start handling the riot. Now, if you want to put
are
me
not
down,
in my chain of command.
All right. I think you hear Sindan yelling over his shoulder, fuck that guy. Come on.
Okay, the guard will throw you down to the ground and get back to work.
actually, as he's trying to, because I've just done this with a strength check of 17, as he's trying to throw me down, I'm just going to wrap his head up in my legs and pull him down
That's
onto the
more
ground.
of an acrobatics check.
Oh, okay. That is a 14.
A 14. Okay, that you still caught him off guard because he only has 3 on the die. So you do flip him onto the ground real quick.
And then I just look at him and go, bye. But tower shields, line of 4, go down each street. Start running after the captain.
Vivi appears, marks down, puts a perfectly dismantled core on the guard captain's chest and follows.
So it's funny because today I'm actually making a video making Ryuk a warlock patron sometime later today. That's when, as soon as you started eating the apple, that's all I could think.
I also appreciate the Death Note reference.
Oh, okay. So where are you guys running to away from this poor guard?
Castle with the throne room?
Yeah, the castle.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're able to make your way through. There's chaos everywhere, which just means it's very easy for 3 actually talented people who are avoiding the problems to slip through them all. Unless, of course,
Or us.
Joseph wants to try and mediate every fight
Jeff,
he
go
sees.
see mommy. Go to mommy. Go to mommy.
I'll have to make that joke again in a minute. Is Joseph stopping to mediate every fight he sees, or is he actually focused on the problem?
No, he's not stopping to mediate
This was
every
supposed
fight
to
that
be a
he sees.
rhetorical question. I didn't need you to think it over. Okay, so you're headed into the castle. I want Sindai to make a check to try to get through the guards, because these are people who are looking, higher ranking members.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. So I've been here long enough to establish myself as Arnold, right? Like I'll be able to get away with that. Like,
I would
they-
say there's like I would say you could, with normal guards, yes, but with like the ones that were supposed to protect the counselors, that was like the elite. So you'd have a little bit more trouble with them.
okay.
If you can do a good bluff, you can do it.
Okay. So yeah, he comes up and he says, "I'm God's Captain Arnold Braunschweiger," and then my deception check is a 19.
19 is like, well, Captain, we need you out there dealing with all these criminals. We have this area protected.
And if you walk past with invisibility.
He got a natural 20 on his wisdom, so
of
that
course he
just beats your 19.
All right. So
I come up to him. I look him dead in the eye, and with a 23 to deception, I go, I am the ambassador for the Elven Kingdoms, because for once they decided to get somebody who was good. Can you take me before the counselor now so that we may try to render some aid in regards to this?
And what aid can a lone diplomat give us right now? I thought so.
Safety,
Come back when we
security,
have
and
all this
things
under
of which
control.
of a nature that you don't need to know because it's above your pay grade.
Okay, because you phrase it like that, it's going to be one more deception.
I just look to
check.
Arnold and I go, 26.
oh my God.
Okay, just checking. He's going to say, we will send these two to guide you. Do not leave their side. And he does turn to the guards and says, if they cause any trouble, kill them immediately. We cannot take any chances.
And
Okay.
these are like elite guards that are coming with us. These aren't the
Yes,
normal.
they are.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, they're definitely wearing better armor, better weapons. They are not the normal pushover guards.
Okay.
But they start to lead you through the castle.
Okay. Does it appear that one of them is higher ranked than the other, or are they both about the same?
No, these two are about the same rank.
Okay.
It's at this point that you can hear in the back of your mind, Joseph's voice just going, we're going to confront this guy like as if you're an unknown bastard son of a king from two times back, and we're going to try and get this guy to transform in front of the guards. That way they aid us in taking him out. That way, if we win, hey, instant kingdom for you. If we lose, nobody knows of our fuck up.
Works for me.
Use your ability like as if it's a disguise spell. That way we can rule it like some Deus Ex Machina, or in your case, Deus Ex Genina.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen the former king, right? At some point.
No, the king would have been dead for a good
Before I
year
got-
or two before
I
you
got
showed
back
up.
here.
The
But are
council
there-
is relatively new, but they had control over things.
But would there be like paintings or images or
Oh,
anything of him?
yeah, there's probably been like some there was still some artwork that hadn't been completely thrown out. So yeah, you've got enough to work with.
Okay.
I see what you're going for now.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is I'll start mentally preparing a body image I could take that would be similar to him,
Yeah.
right? But younger.
Okay.
So that I could maybe say that I'm some bastard son, right? Like illegitimate child of the king.
Okay. So with all that in place, is there any more stealth conversations y'all want to have?
Is anyone wondering where Vivi is?
It's so long as so long as you're within a mile of me, I can keep talking to you mentally. So
Oh, he's very close.
good.
So eventually you'll come to more guards. There's like 6 guards protecting a room, and it says this one says he's an ambassador from the Elven Kingdom. They're here to offer some aid. The captain says that they might be of some use, and they'll open the door. You now have 8 guards with you as you walk in, and you see the counselor, the dean of the magic school, is sitting there. He looks up and says, "What is the meaning of?" Oh, this is very interesting. As he looks from Vivi to
Oh
Joseph.
no, Vivi's invisible right now.
Oh, sorry, I did not hear that.
Yeah.
In
I know
that case,
when you guys are arguing, Vivi she just walked past the guards invisible.
I'm going to want to still check to walk past all these people invisibly.
No, when I stated when these two are arguing with the first ones, he is slipped by with visibility.
Okay. But the dean of the college still recognizes Joseph. Guards, this man has already proven himself to be an enemy of our nation. Put him in chains.
So I say stop, and I use thaumaturgy to make my voice like boom and echo.
You see how they all react. That caught them all off guard. But
Okay. And I change shape to this new persona. Is there a specific like accent or way of talking that would be like I might not be able to do it personally,
Yeah.
but my character can imitate
your character has definitely been here long enough to know what the local accents are, and you've been around the nobility enough to give that the right inflection. So yes, you can pull that off.
Okay, so I changed to this new form, very noticeably, with the same genealogy as the king, the former king, right?
Yeah.
Genealogy.
Yeah, and then I whisper a word and my clothing changes so that I have like family crest on a piece of armor and the big noble bearing and a cape, and I'd whisper another word and my cape billows dramatically.
It looks incredibly impressive, and all the guards are very shocked by this.
So, and then I say, he is the traitor to the people. If you search his rooms, you will find the scroll that he used to enact this catastrophe.
Okay. First, I want you to give what if you feel like this is deception or persuasion. I'm rolling for a couple of guards.
I have the same either way. So, 26.
26
on persuasion.
Okay. The guards are very torn between their training and what this random person is just saying. Like, it does not matter what this imposter is saying. He is to be arrested, thrown into the stockades, and we will settle this matter after order has been restored.
I I'm gonna cast banishment on the guy.
Okay. What does he need to roll for that?
1 sec. Okay, so you attempt to send one creature you can see to another plane of existence. Charisma saving throw.
Okay. I'm just double checking a couple of things on him. A charisma saving throw. Yeah, he got a 10, so I'm pretty sure he's banished.
All right.
Now, the guards are still a little bit confused, but they know you just did something to make their leader vanish. So they are starting to draw their weapons.
Yeah.
What did you just do to the counselor?
Yeah, if any of you can help me out here.
He's been banished into another dimension for the current time being. He's actually a necra icor. He's essentially a blood lich.
Yeah, and I'm gonna cast silent image to make a image of what he'll look like if we destroy his vessel.
Okay. Yeah, you show just like the swirling blood ooze thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were told to kill them if they did anything. Arrest these men, is one of them shouting out.
I just look at that guy and with the most with the most dead-eyed stare at him, I just go, look, you could either arrest me now or you could actually do some investigation and be an actual cop for once and be a hero. Imagine
Roll
a bonus.
persuasion.
Yeah, can I help him with that? I'll start explaining the evidence that we found.
17.
17.
Didn't I steal his book that had the
Yes, you would have the book, which does you can like show them what a necrocore looks like.
Yeah. Well, and I took the book that had the explanation for the meteor swarm spell too, right?
Okay. Yeah.
He had like a journal or a spell book.
Well, it was a spell book essentially, and in this case, it was more of the way I imagine that most wizards work is, they have to like get the formula right. So this was the attempts to develop the spell.
So it would be written in his hand then, right? Like,
yes, it
the
would.
same writing.
Yeah, it would be slightly coded. So I'm just going to see if any of them happen to have enough knowledge to understand anything you're looking at. But Joseph, I'll let you make your previous roll with advantage because he's showing them all this.
In that case, it is still a 17.
Okay. The guards are definitely a lot more confused and concerned because you're throwing a lot of information at them, all of it way above their pay grade. Like, they don't know anything about magic, so they're like, okay,
So,
but he's the one who would normally sort this thing out, so we don't know what to do.
So I start chiving them. I'm like, look, you understand what's going on, right? He is trying to exert soul power by killing off all of the competition for power. So he killed them all, and now he's going to try to take over your entire city.
Question. Would Vivi know how to decipher this?
How to what?
Decipher what the counselor has written on the pages.
It would take you time.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that this is a spell formula is a little bit obvious, but to guards who are not trained in Arcana, this is basically a bunch of people just running up with a manifesto. Look, we can prove it. Like, okay, we need to sort through this, guys.
I know. I had an idea. Would Vivi know how to decipher it?
So
given time, but you have
only lasts a minute too. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Vivi, I was thinking, Vivi walks up, whispers into the main guard's ear in his own voice the way to decipher the code.
Okay, that scares the ever living hell out of him because now he's hearing voices. Like, look, everyone is under arrest. When the counselor returns, he's under arrest. We will figure this out.
I just look at him and go, "Is your armor enchanted?"
Is that a threat?
No, that's an actual plea that I hope to God that when you move to arrest him, you allow us to help you, because if not, and your armor isn't enchanted, he's going to turn you into a blood puppet.
He is. Look, I don't know what is going on here, but you're all involved in it in some way, and you are all going to be in prison until I find out what is happening. And he turns to the other, call everyone in now. And one of them runs off to get more help.
Uh-oh.
And then they turn to you. You will hand over your weapons now.
I just pull out a smoking pipe, light it, and hand it to him.
He just smacks it away. He is fed up with this.
Yeah,
He steps away.
I don't have any weapons.
All right. You let me know about the time you would drop banishment, because it's going to take more than a minute for them to get reinforcements here. But at this point, they just want to arrest all of you.
I mean, if that's their plan, I say fine. Gather around where he was, because he's going to reappear.
Okay. Yeah, they will do that.
Okay.
So
And
they all
then
have their weapons drawn.
I snap my fingers and bring them back.
All right. And he reappears, and the guards tell him, Counselor, you are going to be under arrest until we have conducted a full investigation. Oh, but of course, I have nothing to hide. I have been honorably serving on this council since its inception.
So Sindine coughs really loud and says, bullshit.
Actually, no. At that point, I notice that he says Inception, and I go, "So you've been serving on the council even during the rules of previous kings?"
When the king died, we were those of us with the proper knowledge and skills stepped up to keep the city running. You are a bunch of criminals and probably the instigators of the tragic act of violence that has occurred this day.
Not
Dude,
going at all.
my level of competence is such that you have seen that I don't even think I could pull off something where I could steal a loaf of bread from a bread cart with nobody else around. And you think that I would be able to pull off something like that? Seriously, me?
He kind of looks at you for a moment and says, I tried to do this the nice way, but I'll deal with the consequences later. I need everybody to make a con save.
Oh,
All right,
well,
that's what I've been waiting on.
And after that, we will go into initiative.
Natural 1.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
4.
God.
I got a 14.
14?
I got a 4.
4. Wow. Okay, let me roll for some of these guards who are still here. The poor bastards. Okay, just gonna check their con saves. Ooh, yeah. So a red mist starts to emanate as everybody's blood starts to boil. None of you got above a 17.
Nope.
So let me roll this. Actually, that's way too many dice to roll. We're going to go with the average. You all take 38 points of necrotic damage, and you are incapacitated until the end of this guy's next turn.
How much?
Now everybody
38.
roll initiative. A bunch of the guards just dropped dead, by the way. Like one survived. They rolled so poorly.
I'm just completely frozen in place as half of my body just kind of boils.
That's an 18 on my initiative.
I got an 8.
I got a 16.
16 from Sedane. Vivi, what'd you get?
18.
18. Okay.
I also have to make a no con save because of Con save because of concentration. Yep, that's another 4 on my con save. So all of a sudden, Vivi appears.
Okay, Joseph and then the guard. All right, so this is going to start off with he was the first one and it was his turn. So we're going to go straight over to Vivi. It is now your turn.
I am incapacitated. I do incapacitated things.
Sorry.
I'm incapacitated.
Oh, okay.
Does
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
incapacitated things.
Yeah, I forgot you were all incapacitated. So therefore, the guard being the only one who survived, he still takes some damage, but he is still.
Oh, wait,
up.
wait. Shoot, I forgot. I have my protection of the talisman.
Ah,
Let me roll 1d4. Oh, no. Never mind.
okay.
I thought that would let me pass that con save, but I rolled a 1 on the 1d4.
So you're all going to be unable to move as he says, I will just kill everyone and claim it was you. There will be no one to gainsay me. And with that, he is going to let out with some blood lashes. He still remembers Vivi, but I think Joseph is kind of the more annoying one. Joseph, what is your AC?
16.
16? Yeah, he hits you. The second one will not hit. And what do I need to roll here? I need these dice right here because he's freaking powerful. That will be 16 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And he missed with his second attack. So we are back to Vivi.
Vivi rests his scythe on his shoulders, extends a hand, casting Hunter's Mark on the man,
Okay.
and he's going to close in the gap and then hit him with his scythe.
Okay.
That was a 10.
10 does not hit.
Second attack. That's 11.
11 does not hit.
Damn it.
I did forget about the guard from a moment ago. He does technically have the ability to attack, and he has been told that he will die too, so he's motivated. Oh, and he does hit with one of his. So let me just... okay. Sedine, is now your turn.
How many corpses are there?
Let's say 5.
Nice. So I cast Dance Macabre.
Okay. I know what the spell does, but go ahead and give us your flavor for it.
Yeah, you start hearing this eldritch whispering, and I'm kind of twirling my hands, and these blue wisp that remind everybody of a certain genie from a certain movie come out of me, and they like wrap around them, and they just kind of like puppetly stand up, but they all have like blue eyes, like glowing blue eyes, and this wispy ethereal magic. Yeah, and you hear me go, you ain't never had a friend like me.
I think they all kind of do like a little bit of a pose as they all form together. You know, like I would almost picture like they run up and actually do like the Vanna White gesture around Sedine.
Oh no, they're dancing like zombies from the Thriller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is that your full turn?
So it takes me an action to do that. How far away am I from?
I would say this is probably like because you got to position yourself before he reappeared. You can be within striking range easily.
Okay.
The room is probably about 20 by 20, has a big desk in front of it.
Okay, so 20 by it's a relatively small room then.
Yeah.
Like
this wasn't made for a big group, but it's got quite a few people in it now.
Okay, so When I cast them, they immediately stand up and become undead. I'd like them all to be zombies. They're 5 zombies. Gains a bonus to its attack and damage rolls equal to my spell casting ability modifier. Can they attack this round though?
Yeah, if they can act on your turn, they can attack.
Yeah. All right. So I use a bonus action to have all 5 of them surround and attack.
Okay.
Action economy.
And
Yep,
then
I messed up giving you 5 bodies to work with.
that's why I asked, because as soon as you said
Nope,
5, I was like, that's the max number.
Oh, it worked out so well. I swear I didn't know you were going to cast that spell, so I couldn't. That just worked out great.
And Sindine is going to use his movement to back towards the doorway.
Okay.
Is there a way that I can maybe get partial cover or?
Yeah, I'm going to say you can like move around so that you're behind the desk is between you and him. I'll let you have partial cover for that.
Okay, and that's going to be my entire turn. So
Okay.
the zombies get my spell attack modifier as a plus, which is a 9.
All right. They need to hit at least 16.
Okay. All right. So, do you want me to roll for them, or are you gonna roll? For 'em?
You go ahead and roll for them if you got the dice handy, or I can.
Yeah. No, I got it.
All right.
All right.
I figure they're your pet, so
Yeah. So the first one's a 10. So that's no good. They rolled a nat 1. Okay, so 2 hits.
okay.
A 21 and a 25. And then what I don't have the statistics for them in front of me for
All right. I will pull up zombies right quick and get their. If I spell it right.
Yeah, here we go. I got it now too. I got roll 20 open, so I got
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figure they're just regular.
Yeah.
All right. So
their attacks are slam, 1d6 plus 1 bludgeoning.
Yep.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, so 2d6 plus 2. For 7 bludgeoning damage.
okay. And is that your complete turn?
Yep, that's my entire turn now.
Okay. Joseph, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm going to look to the one surviving guard and tell him, run, save yourself, because we need a witness. I'm going to sacrifice my movement in order to gain advantage on the attack.
Okay.
As I plunge my rapier into this thing's form, screaming out to our warlock friend, get everything ready.
Yep.
Not 20.
Roll that
27.
beautiful crit sneak damage. This is actually going to be heavy at your level.
Oh my god. So how oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, what's your sneak attack damage right now?
Because I am a pure that's gonna be 10d6.
So at least 60 damage on average.
Yep. Then it's god, what is it for the actual 2d8 for the rapier.
Mm-hmm.
So plus my attack bonus, which is +3 for the damage. So that then becomes 44.
44 damage.
Nice.
Wow.
And that's just the first one.
Yeah. Okay. I want you to describe how you skewered him with the rapier.
I just pull it out, and as I yell out everything, it just comes up and through his heart. And there's probably an undead blackened little thing at the end of the sword, and I just pull it up and out through his shoulder joint.
Yeah, he's definitely leaking some vital fluids. They are all red because the body is still technically alive. But yep, you know he felt that one. And that was only your first attack. You got 2, don't you?
Yep, and my second attack is a 24
Okay.
to hit.
So not quite a crit this time.
So that is for 4 damage
4 damage.
because I rolled a 1.
Oh, I love how it goes from
This
you,
is-
you just about, gut the guy to a little paper cut. All right. It is now the guard's turn as he says, I will not abandon my fallen. And then he gets a nat 1, so he smacks one of the zombies. Sorry about that, Reginald. I will not tell your wife about this. But he does hit the man. And what did I say he was rolling here? This is his first time actually hitting. You would think I would have the proper dice. You would think I would have prepared for this, for my players to turn everybody against the main guy. I did not.
That's what happened when you killed all the guards for us.
I know. But he does smack him for 5 points. And we are back to the top. And
oh, sorry. Is we first?
yes, he is first.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks around. This is becoming quite troublesome. And he lets out with 2 more blood lashes. Let's see, what is his? Yeah, they are both going to hit Joseph, as Joseph is his primary threat at the moment. And I want better D10s. I don't like those D10s. I'm trying to make sure I can actually read my dice. It's an important thing when you're rolling this many to actually be able to read them all. Make sure you're doing proper damage. Wait, that one's not even a D10. Why are you in there? Okay, so that's going to be 16 points of necrotic damage to Joseph. Oh, wait a minute. No, I said both of them hit. Sorry about that. Sorry, Joseph, because you're about to get hit again for 6 points of necrotic damage. A total of 22 necrotic damage.
So I will cut the first one in half from 16 to 8, which makes that 14
Okay.
damage in total.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm still standing.
Yeah. All right, then. That was his complete turn. Vivi, it is now your turn.
He's going to do the same thing Joseph does. It's going to sacrifice his movements to take advantage.
Okay. I mean, you're both rogues, and there's enemies within 5 feet, but okay.
Okay,
When you're a rogue, you still need every advantage you can
Yeah.
get in order to hit.
Especially with a guy like this.
25?
25 hits.
That is a total of 20.
Okay.
Second
That-
attack
Yep, that hurt a lot.
for 22.
22 hits.
For a total of 14. So that's 34 total.
Okay. 14 on the other one. Okay. And Sedine, is now your turn. He is injured badly at this point, but he's still up.
Okay. So do I need him to be in his blood form for mine and the genie's plan to work?
You could always attempt to pull him in with the body, but the plan that we had talked about works best if it's in his true blood form.
Okay.
Because he's, this body, it was fairly resilient before it got infected.
Okay. So
if that is the case, I would actually state delay that action until after I've gone. That way, if we do bring him into the blood form, you can instantly trap him.
Okay. So can I move and then ready my action? Would you
Yes,
be
because
all right
you
with-
had made sure you were away from him.
Mhm.
If you want, I will still allow you to use your bonus action to, for your zombies, and
Okay.
then you can use your main action later. I will
Okay.
be benevolent, because you guys, your plan has just worked so well. I'm not going to be mean about this.
All right. So I move up to him. I was only 20 feet away, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So, and as I'm walking towards him, I point and say a word in what the elemental, right? That the genie speak.
Yes,
Primordial.
yes.
Primordial. Yeah. And when I say that, the zombies attack.
Okay.
What do you say in primordial?
I say kill him in primordial. But say,
He looks over and nods.
all right. So the first one, 13 plus 9, so 22. That hits. 18 hits, right?
Yeah. Anything 16 or above.
Okay, that one hits. Oh, that one's a nat 1. Do you want him to hit one of his zombie buddies?
No,
rolled
I
a nat
think the zombies have already taken enough punishment.
Okay.
If this were a less complicated battle, I would do that, but we got too many moving parts.
All right, that one I rolled a 3, so I missed. Oh, that one I rolled a nat 20.
Oh,
Zombie crit. All right.
oh, you guys are doing well.
So that's gonna be 46 plus 3 for 16 bludgeoning damage.
All right, 16 total bludgeoning.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I'm just walking towards him with kind of my hand outstretched with the ring. And then I'm holding my action to, if he goes into his blood form, I'll grab him.
Okay. All right. That means that it is now Baby, we did give you your turn, right? Yeah, you did sneak
Yes.
attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Then Joseph, it is your turn.
I sacrifice my move for advantage. Oh, so close to another nat 20. Both of them rolled 19.
That is still 2 hits. It
No,
averages
that's
out
for
to
Well, it's
critical
one hit
damage
'cause
for
it was
one hit.
disadvantage.
that's just for this one with the advantage. So that one gets a 26 and it does 9 plus the it's not other. So it does 28 damage in total for the first attack.
Okay.
And then the second one
Well,
gets an
before you do
18.
that, as you're stabbing, you see the vessel, there's like a flicker as the lights go out on the vessel. The body has just died. And as it's sort of falling off of your sword, the blood is not flowing down, it is flowing up into the swirling form. As you all kind of hear in your heads, that was disappointing. I will have to create a new persona now. As it looks over what did I say? There's 4 of you in total now. Okay. All right. It's still your turn, Joseph. You're just now no longer fighting a physical body. You're fighting a blood body.
Well, with that blood body, I've just rolled an 18. So if that actually hits, even though it's like
It does hit. And you are using your rapier, correct?
Yep,
Okay. Noted.
for 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
No!
Yeah. And yeah, that would activate my
Do it
grabbing
now!
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
So
so
actually,
yeah,
that's what Vivi actually shouts out in that accent.
I reach out and grab it. What kind of a check do you want me to do to see if I can pull it?
I feel like this would almost be like a wisdom save on its part because you're trying to pull it in,
Okay.
and because this would not be physical. So what is your spell modifier or your spell DC?
My spell DC is a 17.
17. Okay, let me make a roll for him. Yeah, he is able to resist as he just you feel the like the image of his semi-humanoid, so you can kind of see the outline of a face as it looks at you. It's like, oh, that was a clever trick. That was your full action, so
Yeah.
the guard is kind of freaking out now. You were all telling the truth. So he starts swinging, but he's so freaked out, he's not hitting anything. He's just swinging blindly as he backs away. But now
Amazing
it
how
is
often I do that.
now it is this thing's turn, as he is going to target you, Sedine,
Oh no.
and I want you to make a Constitution save, please.
Oh no. That's like my worst save. Oh no, it's not. +3. Okay, let's see. Oh, 21.
21. So this thing dives down onto you and is attempting to take you over, but you resist it.
All right, yeah.
So it
I'm like,
will, when it
spit
can't
up
take you
into its
over, it
face
pulls
and-
away. As you're able to resist it, it pulls away and it's still saying in that like hollow psychic voice, "Oh, you are stronger than I thought."
and you
that,
are one ugly motherfucker. 'Cause
he's
I
very
gotta do
confused
all
by
the
that. It's like,
one-liners. Every
Well-
one-liner ever.
some of us care more about what's on the inside.
And
Oh.
this is when Vivi appears behind him. Say, yes, I do care what's inside you, and stabs him with a scythe.
And it is your turn. So roll that attack.
Nice. Yeah, I do care about what's inside.
For a 17,
17 hits.
that's 24 damage. Second
Okay.
attack,
All right.
21.
21 hits.
And that's the 12 damage.
Okay. All right. And Sedine, it is now your turn once again. You still have your zombies because they haven't
Mhm.
proven to be enough of a problem.
All right. Zombies first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Those, let's see. The lowest I rolled was an 11. Everything else was above a 17.
Okay. The 11 doesn't hit, but the others do hit.
Okay. So 46 plus 22 bludgeoning damage. Total.
Okay. I'm just going to double check on something. Okay. All right. Yeah, you definitely, this thing is barely holding its form together now. It's like,
Okay.
I am undying. You cannot, you will not stop me.
No, but we can hurt you a good deal. And that's always fun.
So I'm gonna try to grab him again and yank him
Okay.
into my vessel if I can.
All right. We said that was a wisdom
Wisdom.
save of 17, and he has really good wisdom. He makes his save again.
Okay. So I am just gonna Eldritch Blast him then. Or wait, no, that's my whole action, right?
Yeah.
In order to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
It is now Joseph's turn, but what I'm going, I will warn you that the way it's holding itself together, you're pretty sure that it's probably not going to hang on much longer.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Could I use my psychic blades to attack its actual will to survive?
I mean, that's the same as attacking it.
Yeah. No, that's
there-
true.
Yeah, there's no way that your psychic abilities are strong enough to make something give up eternal life.
Oh, then I'm going to taunt the hell out of this thing. And I'm
Yeah,
just going
that's
to
always
go,
a good plan.
oh yes. I'm going to use my main action to go into full defense. So I'm going to
Take
Actions.
the dodge action.
yeah, I'm going to take the dodge action. And I'm just going to start taunting the hell out of him, going,
Okay.
a simple thief that you yourself actually was able to kill.
Okay. And that's your action?
Yep.
For your full turn? Okay.
Yep. Is there a roll that I need to make for the taunt as well, or
I mean, I don't really. I'm going to make a wisdom save on his turn to see if he decides to kill you or not. Because I don't feel like your taunting was enough to make him just give up. Let's see what the guard does. He's just going to he sees this thing on its last legs, and he just says, "This is for my brethren," and he swings his club and he splatters this thing that
Oh,
only
no.
had 2 health points left. Like the blood is like a gel of ooze that just sort of collapses in on top of itself. He's like, I did it. I
you just fucked
destroyed
up.
the
You
monster.
I just grab him and I go, concentrate on yourself, because it's either going to try and take you over or take me over, or one of the zombies. But hold on to your sense of self.
Oh, Vivi
But
bounces back.
it never struck me.
It just had to touch you at any point.
I will say, because you guys have the book, I will let anybody with the Arcana skill make a check right now.
Thank you, expertise.
Well, I got a 25,
25,
I got a 20.
19 plus 6.
I
Alright.
got a 27.
27. Okay. Especially with the 25 and the 27 and Sedane's personal experience fighting this thing, it doesn't immediately return. It takes time. But the problem is no one's really broken it down to this stage in Sedane's past. So
Quick,
it won't be an instant return, is what I'm saying.
quick. Use the super scooper and points to the ring.
Oh yeah, can I soak up what's left of it and pull it into the?
Yes, you can. I think it's sort of like goo at this point. So you can, it's like slathering yourself with slime, essentially, trying to gather it all. But because of the way I think the ring kind of works, you put your hand in the goo and will yourself into the ring, it will go with you.
Okay. So I look at you two and I was like, if something comes back out of this, it's probably not me.
Oh, don't worry. I was planning to behead you sooner or later.
I just look at Vivi and go, is that your plan for me, or is it just to roast me alive until I'm screaming in pain?
Well, you do look so tasty.
I'd go very well with mint.
I was thinking rosemary.
I want to see how the
I'm
guard is
only-
handling all of this. He's like, I'm the savior of the city.
Yes, yes, you are.
He's like, I need to go tell the others that, and he just sort of like breaks off mid sentence and runs away.
I grab him by the back and I go, you need to stay here with us until we
I
actually
want
know
you to
that
make
this
a strength check, please.
But
14.
14. He says, so you have done a great service, but you are still, no offense, but no one of note here. No one is going to believe you. I have to get orders restored to the city.
We,
5
dude,
minutes later.
dude, giant bloody big bloody thing just tried to take
And
take
now
over
it's
the entire
gone.
city.
I have to do
No.
my duty, and he leaves.
It's not gone.
It is not
Believe
dead.
me, I have just told you that this thing existed. You believe me once you saw
But
it.
he also
Believe
saw
me
that he
now.
killed it, and someone sucked it up into a ring.
As he took it to a ring, Vivi walks up and just lobs him an apple for the journey.
The guard left.
No,
he didn't stick around.
he's good to Sedine.
Sedine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I guess let me ask you this. Once I suck it up, I have to go in there with it, right? That was
Yes, I do believe that you have to leave
okay.
also.
So yeah, I look at you two and I say, I still exist in this world. The past me, the old me, the young me, I don't. Time.
Don't worry, we'll find him. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing for you, but we'll find him.
Protect the ring, please.
Dude. We'll like hide it in the middle of a dimensional pocket that's held by a god of knowledge, wisdom, and faith.
That sounds about right. And I start turning into Arnold, and get all big and buff. And I look at you and I say, I'll be back.
Dude, as you're going into the ring, is it like a slow-mo with a thumbs up?
And as you do this, Vivi looks down as you disappear and he goes, "Hasta la vista, baby."
I absolutely love how you all took the drama out of this moment so effectively.
And with that, Vivi scoops up the ring.
Yeah, and you notice too that there's a lamp and a ring still sitting there, but he told you it's the ring.
Wait, a lamp and a ring, really?
Yeah.
It's like, am I going to be able to manifest my will if I wear the ring?
I just scoop up the lamp.
What were you doing with the ring?
I would make a Green Lantern reference. He scoops up the ring and pocketed it.
I will scoop up the lamp and I'll just like polish the side of it and get it all clean of any dirt that was on it.
You're rubbing the magic lamp, really?
Yes.
Yeah, that lamp doesn't do anything anymore.
Maybe gaslight people.
Well, Vivi, Joseph, as Sedan vanishes into the ring and you collect everything up, you have the choice of just I guess the zombified guards all drop dead. I mean, it's up to you what you do now. There is literal chaos in the street.
What armor are they wearing?
And Joseph, no, you can't just declare yourself king.
No, I wasn't going to do that.
You were going to do that.
No, I'm going to go over to the giant table that this guy was at beforehand. I'm going to write down a note that says, all men and women of free will, elect your next ruler. Do so with patience, kindness, and compassion towards all.
And make sure, and then you see it appear. Don't make sure it's not Joseph.
EPS, make sure it's not Vivi. Gylith is the only one that I would trust.
And Vivi is looking over the dead body, seeing what armor they had.
I just look at Vivi and go, dude, no, that's kind of disrespectful at this moment. They were heroes. Leave them be.
Like Vivi goes back, looks a moment, thinks, looks back at the bodies, looks at you, sighs.
So you're not stealing their armor.
He wants to see what armor they have first before he decides.
Well, they have plate armor on.
Oh, so heavy armor.
Yes.
Vivi
You would totally be noticed hauling it out of the castle.
Even when visible.
Okay, well, it would still be a lot of hip. Like basically, you'd have to like stack it all onto your staff and then carry it over your shoulder,
Yeah.
and it would be like walking around with a heavy box. Even if you're invisible, it just means you're going to bump into more people.
Yeah, as most likely this half plate, he would have stole it for himself.
You know, Joseph gives a difference between archaeology and grave robbing of 50 years. This is grave robbing.
Yeah, it's not archaeology. If it's modern times, you're not learning anything from this.
Yeah. If
So
you
are you
physically
going to
watch
try to
them
steal
die,
5 sets of plate armor off these bodies?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Joseph is just going to put their swords in the middle of their bodies, cross their hands over the hilts, and then he's just going to grab Vivi and he's going to start running.
Okay. So you run back out into the chaos of the streets. The guards are still doing what they can to organize. Some people are helping put out fires, but
And-
you can imagine there's just many people who are starting fires just because they can.
And Vivi sort of like flapping in the wind, being dragged by Joseph while eating another apple.
You keep getting those.
Free apple shop.
There's
Your
somebody
anus?
calling. There's a bunch of kids just grabbing apples and running, and you hear somebody, "My apples!"
Oh, we did get rid of the cabbage guy, so this makes sense.
the cabbage guy, huh?
Yes.
All right.
I had him beheaded.
So, what did the two of you do in the midst of this riot?
Disappear?
Well, I mean, that's pretty easy to do as long as you're not causing trouble. Most people will ignore you. So, I mean, you just like leave the city.
Like Vivi wants to do some looting, but he's kind of getting dragged along right now.
I would suggest we just find somewhere, a deep cellar that we can hide out in for the next couple of days until Gileth returns in the middle of the Grand Archmaster's library. We go in, we get him out, and then we just leave this place.
Come on, just a little looting.
I just look around and I go, everything is on fire. The people are rioting. There's going to be starving masses, and you're just thinking, what can I do for myself?
Pretty much, yes.
Go. Just leave the ring with me. That way, if anything happens to you, you don't unleash it again.
What do you mean again?
I just stare at him.
Denying it to the end.
Well, as we start to wrap up today's adventure, because these two will bicker for another hour if I let them. Sedaine, time really doesn't matter to you anymore at this point. Although you did have a couple of days of listening to them argue about whether or not they were going to loot everything that wasn't nailed down. But in this time, the Blood Lich has sort of reconstituted. And it's not actually in physical combat with you, because it just says simply to you, eventually you're going to want to leave. When you open the door, I will follow. This is just in your best interest to speed things along. I am eternal. You are mortal. I can wait.
We'll have to see. I can wait a long time. I still exist out there. Right now, I'm immortal.
But this you will die in here. Slowly.
It's worth it not to see what I've seen, not to let you do what you'll do.
I will wait until after your lifetime. I will harm no one within your living memory. Just open the ring.
You know, I expected you to be more convincing than that. And I actually think I start firing Eldritch Blast at the damn thing.
Okay, and the battle begins as it starts to throw necrotic bolts back at you.
Mhm.
And that is, I think, where we are going to wrap up today's episode with Sedaine in eternal combat with the Blood Lich. Everyone, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. I especially wanted to thank this abstract thought, our special guest, and it was seriously a comment on TikTok that inspired this whole storyline. So thank you so much for bringing Sedaine to our world, and thank you so much for tolerating us for 2 sessions.
No problem. I had a lot of fun, everybody. You guys got a great group going here. It's sad one of your members couldn't make it today, but man, I had a lot of fun. Sindine's definitely one of my favorite characters that I've created. It's just pure chaos and a lot of fun. Like I said, there's a young Sindine that still exists somewhere in the world. So
Yep, one who is about 20 to 30 years younger,
yeah, yep, not
out
as
there causing
experienced.
trouble.
So maybe that'll be a storyline that we can pick up again sometime.
Oh hell yeah, because we need somebody that knows this madness.
Well, abstract, I believe TikTok is your primary format. So
Yes.
everybody go over to TikTok, look up this abstract thought, because he has some great videos on warlock patrons. It's been really creative, figure out how to convert so many popular monsters from media into warlock patrons. It's like your theme or something.
Oh yeah, totally. Warlocks have always been my jam. It all started when we first started 5th edition D&D. My first campaign that I ran, I made Shonuff from the movie The Last Dragon into a leader of a group of warlocks. He was a fiend pact to the blade warlock. And I loved the thematics of it so much that every campaign I run now, there's a cult of warlocks. It's just always going to happen every single time. And then when I started looking into what patrons you could have as a warlock, there's no real list. I mean, it suggests a couple things for each subclass, but I was like, oh, I can expand on this.
Yep.
And some of my personal favorites were Godzilla. That was a viewer suggested one, and man, I love the video for it. It came out so good. Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls. That one was really, really fun. One of my more popular ones. Jareth the Goblin King from the Labyrinth is totally an Archfey warlock patron.
Definitely.
Multi-class with Bard, of course.
Yeah.
And actually, if you look into it, the Bard College of Glamour is Jareth from the Labyrinth. Like 100%. It's Jareth.
Yeah.
May I make a suggestion? I would actually love to see this myself.
Mm-hmm.
Spike from Buffy as a warlock patron.
Oh yeah, that could be a good one.
Yeah.
Like I said, if anybody's watching from my TikTok today, I'm planning on having Ryuk, who's either going to be a great old one or a fiend. I haven't decided yet, but from Death Note, and I'm actually planning on making an entire subclass based off having Ryuk as a patron.
Oh, nice.
So the video form will be today, and the subclass will be sometime this week.
And next up, we have Arshis. So tell us where we can find you around the internet.
You can find me everywhere, but nowhere. But failing that, you can find me on Twitter and Discord. Same, going on the name Arshis or Treff. If you see me in the bushes, just don't mind me. I'm just chilling.
Just close your blinds. Speaking of blinds, now that he's in the dark, we can barely see him. Joseph, the bane of my existence. Kyle, where can we find you on the internet when you're not tormenting me?
You can find me here on Twitch under Flint Ewood 756. You can also find me on Twitter under the same screen name. As well, you can see me on YouTube with the same screen name exactly. But mostly, you can just enjoy watching my Vampire the Requiem First Edition game with Arshes on alternating Sundays. With Andy's game here. So there's that. And then in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be bringing back the podcast Beyond the Spine, where Nick and I go over different RPG systems from character creation to mechanics, and expose those to new role players and older role players as well, to try and just show the range of role-playing games that are out there and see if anybody can find any sort of game that fits them.
Very cool. And last up is me, who needs no introduction. You're on my channel. You've already found me. I am Mort Films all over the internet. Lately, I've been doing more on TikTok because it's just such a great platform for meeting and interacting with more people. And I'm definitely going to start upping, especially my my visual effects gags, because I want to get back to that again. Everyone, thank you so much. I've really been looking forward to telling this particular storyline ever since, like I said, talked to Abstract about it. Abstract, we definitely look forward to the day when we can have Sedine or any of your characters come back to visit us. But for now, the eternal war inside of a ring will take place, and I'm just waiting for the day one of these two opens up the ring. Giles possibly, but he's actually somehow got the most self-control for such a character with no self-control. We absolutely love you, Crumpler. Sorry you're going to be here today, but we will be back hopefully in 2 weeks with a new story, and we'll just see what happens then. Farewell, everyone.